What's happening, guys? All right, we're back. Today we're doing something a little fun. We're actually doing a race car chair. Not really a race car chair. It's a sim rig for my buddy Luke. Doing it out of aluminum, so it's a little bit different than usual. Wanted to make it nice and light, but with the price of steel right now, aluminum is pretty well just as cheap as steel is. So he's got that going for him. I said, you know what? Let's do it out of aluminum. One, it's a little bit more fun for me. Two, it's way lighter, way nicer. Just fucking, it'll be way nicer at the end of the day. So, but that's what we're doing. You can see we already got kind of a base going. I don't know, this is 4.5 feet long or so, like that. Some old seats out of a WRX. We got a couple seats to make good because this one's a little bit ripped on the seam there. I think we're just gonna end up steam cleaning the bottom, changing out the back side for the other one. Everything else works on it, so that's nice. We had to cut. We had to cut the bottom bases off of the seat to get it so that it would sit nice and flat on the frame we made. We pushed it forward a little bit. We had it tacked up at the back here, but we pushed it forward a little bit just because I know Luke's a little bit taller than me, but he's not 8 feet tall, and I couldn't, like, I came to like here on my feet. I looked like a little child just like dangling my feet. So he's building it for a GT, I don't even know what it is. I think the G923 used to be the Logitech version. This is the new True Force, so it's a G923. I haven't used this wheel, but I played with that can of computers and it was pretty fun there. So we're just cutting some material right now for the mounts for come up here. So for the wheel itself, we're gonna cut those, tack them up a little bit, get our angle where we want it at. We want to kind of come up on a little bit of an angle rather than just like straightforward, boring looking. And then he wants to invert the pedals on it so that the pedal box will actually come up and down rather than down and up. Whoops. Alright, we got the center pieces made. I cut this one already, so basically what's going to happen is that's going to sit like that and be a big death trap for his knee. But it's a little bit better than a big square spot, which is also a death trap for his knee. So I'll get this cut, get this one tacked up after this one's cut.
One eternity later.
So we got it tacked up. It's tacked on there for now. I just put a piece of checker plate up top. You can see it kind of angles in. I'm kind of having a little bit of a design flaw crisis. It's really nice for getting in and out of. If we want to adjust the steering wheel at all, it's I don't know. Luke's gonna come up tomorrow and he's gonna sit in it and test it and let me know if we're out to lunch or not. I don't know. It feels weird to me. It seems a little high. Like really, if anything, I'd almost like to adjust that angle more so that the steering wheel is a little more flat versus on the angle that it is. I know on mine, I have it's able to pivot so that you can basically take the steering wheel and get whatever angle you want, but I can't adjust it this way. I would almost like to build this so that it does have that adjustability in it, just because everybody sits different, everybody likes different, you know, feeling. I get it, you get a car, it is what it is, but engineers spend a lot of time working on the ergonomics of that, and I'm not that. So basically what I'm gonna do for now is I'm gonna start working on the inverted pedal setup, pull apart the G923, the Logitech pedals, pull those apart. Basically I'm gonna put a cross member in here and then kind of build this floor up a little bit. The pedals are gonna mount on the back of this angle. I think we got a decent enough angle on it where it won't, where the pedals will actually be a little bit more on that sort of an angle versus straight up and down, because I think straight up and down is not good enough. I've seen a bunch of videos of guys doing it straight up and down, and I mean, it works, but once again, the ergonomics I think are off. Try and make it as close to what we can as possible. So I got some more 1x1 here. Stick the 1x1 inside there. Bend up a piece of checker plate so that the floor is more like here. That way you don't feel like you're sitting in a dining room chair. And then put a plate in the back here. Because I'm debating on taking these and straightening them out and not having them angle in, I don't really want to put too much stuff in. Here. I don't know, I'm having a bit of a design crisis. So only because it's not for me. If it was for me, I would just do it and make it work. It's not for me. So and Luke's a little bit bigger than I am. His arms and legs are a little bit longer than I am. If I build it to me, it won't fit Luke. So he's gonna stop by tomorrow. So for now, I'm just gonna work on the pedal box, get that kind of set up, get the pedals mounted, kind of go from there. Just play around with this portion of it without getting too in depth with this portion of it. So I got some checker plate here. I don't know. I'm gonna work on the pedal box for now and just kind of work through my head. The one thing that I will do is, if we do like the angle of where this is at, I will actually give you the angle of what it is and not keep it a secret like some guys do. I don't know why. I know guys are trying to sell templates and stuff like that, but just give the angle. Give the information. You're showing out how to do it. You might as well just give the angle too. Like, I don't know. That's just me. I'll give you guys the angle of that so that you actually know, okay, yeah, no, that's a nice ergonomic spot. So yeah, I'm gonna get this cross member in, just start building that way. I figured out what I'm gonna do for this design change. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I cut the bars off the top. They were mounted up here on a bit of an angle so that it was a little bit smaller of a knee print when you got into it. So what I'm gonna do is I already cut them down. They basically sit inside the frame now, a little bit lower, so it gives it that little bit more height that I wanted. And basically what we're gonna do is pie cut this, and angle this in, pie cut this, and angle that in, and then we're gonna put our board here. Not saying that we're using this specifically, but it'll be something like this. And what we'll end up doing is kind of cutting the angle out of that. That way, it's a little bit, you're not hitting the sharp edge. Makes it a little bit more user-friendly, a little bit less of getting the old side of the knee, outside of the knee, I don't know, inside of the knee, but you know what I mean. That's the plan, that's what we're gonna do. It is what it is. So the pedal box is gonna stay in the same spot. I think I am gonna mount it over top of that 1x1, bit like that. I'm gonna either cut this down or bend this up. Our cross piece is gonna go across the front like this. That way we can bolt the pedals to it. Plan's coming together here. So I might end up building like a little kind of gusset in there just to, once again, make it so that you don't bash your toes off of there. I'm sure Luke will be fine with it, but just one of those things. So, and I'm here all by myself. It's kind of weird. So, crank some tunes and nothing that I could post on here without getting copyrighted. So. Well, we ended up bending this down, doing a little pie cut there, got it stitched on a little bit here, cut an angle here so that it's a little bit nicer to get into. So the angle basically just brings the steering wheel less of a upward angle, it'll bring it down a little bit. Almost done, almost there. Welded up a bunch of stuff and we gotta build the shifter bracket. Basically weld down on there like that, and that's it. We had to cut this down a little bit more. Still a little high for loop, so we got the angle cut in it for the steering wheel so it fits a little bit better. We got our tester steering wheel to see where a real size wheel will end up. So basically I cut it down, welded all the shit up. I just gotta clean up a couple old tacks, re-weld it down to the base, and just weld this baby up. Well, you can see we got it all. I do feel like I want to put just a little bracelet in there to kind of stiffen this top section up some. It's plenty sturdy, but it's gonna move a little bit. So just for sake of doing it, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna use some 1x1, nothing super crazy, and I'm just gonna do it on the one side. That way, that side is still nice and easy to get in and out of. So I still gotta do. There's a couple things I still gotta do on this. I got some feet for the bottom. That way you can adjust kind of the bottom base and where the floor is, because you can see it's bowed a little, bent a little bit just from welding. It's pulled it up. Kind of expected that, but I wasn't too concerned about it. We gotta drill some holes through the top here, clean up this little ugly bit, drill some holes in the top here, build a little tab off of here so I can stick a bolt in just to stop the chair from leaning forward. The pedals were all bolted in, but we do need some longer hardware for those. I'm just gonna have a coffee and watch Philly D real quick. All right, so I kind of stretched the lines out last night. It's too short, so I thought we could run this line down and up and over, but there's just not enough room there. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take another piece of 1x1, just come across here, a nice little, another support. It'll be like another gusset, but it'll also act more or less as just a cable runner. Plug everything in, take it upstairs, and give her a little test shoot.
About to go green, stay focused. Green, green, green. The next car's the leader. Outside. Come on, man! First lap! So how's she feel?
Other than the wheel feeling really small compared to mine, mine's like 14-ish. Got lots of power, feels really good. Alright, I gotta put myself on now. I only really use the gas and the brake running this stuff. I'll probably play around with it a little bit more and actually use the shifter and the paddles on like a road course or something, just to make it like get the full experience of it. But I never race this stuff, so I race dirt. That's how I know to run dirt. The shitty stuff. But it's super comfortable. And like my legs don't get cramped up like mine does. Mine looks like a fucking Wish version of this. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed the little video on our sim rig build for the Logitech G923. That's what the screen says, G923. If you're looking to buy this wheel, I actually really like it. For like an entry-level wheel, it's a lot nicer than my G29. The force feed pack and the pedals are like a hell of a lot better. So if you do want to pick up one of those wheel setups, I'll leave a link in the bio down below for the Amazon link. Hit it up. Yeah, we were planning on having this video done a little earlier. Excuse me. We're trying to do some filming here. Anyways, we were trying to have this video done for earlier this week, but my baby decided to be a Christmas baby and come a little early. So we got a nice little present for the holidays. A little unexpected, well, like super unexpected. She's like a month early, but she's all happy, she's healthy, Ashley's doing great, so life is good. Threw a bit of a wrench in my plans, but hey, whatever, it is what it is. So we're gonna keep pumping the stuff out. Every Monday, Tuesday, roughly, we're gonna have video out. Hit that notification bell to find out what's going on with that. We appreciate all the likes, the comments, the views, everything. If you want anything fabbed up, like a nice new aluminum sim rig, hit us up on Instagram, Chrome Denby. I took the website down a long time ago because it's just too much maintenance, but we'll get that back up and running one day, in no rush. Apparently the dog wants to go home. But yeah, so thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you guys next time.